The next module is understanding the customer or prospect. Qualifying made simple by using the 4 keys to qualifying in the Revenue Builder system. Sales managers would agree universally that the most difficult in the sales process is qualifying, and it's where the most mistakes are made. The different systems have different numbers of questions. Some systems have up to 38 questions you need to answer to qualify your customer. We all would agree that it's unlikely that most salespeople are going to take the time to do that. The Sauder School of Business at UBC a couple of years ago challenged graduate students to come down with the fewest number of questions they could to qualify the customer, and they got it down to 12 questions. We have it down to 4 questions in the Revenue Builder. To run through the system, there are 4 keys to qualifying. We have 4 quadrants where we want to be able to answer in a binary way, yes or no, to the question asked. In the first quadrant, need equals supply, the question is there a match between our products and services and the customer's needs? And the important thing to note is that is in the client's mind. The second quadrant is who are the decision makers and influencers and what's their decision making process? The third question is time frame. When exactly does the client need to make the change, and does it fit our time frame? And the fourth quadrant is, are there funds currently allocated for this project? To qualify in the Revenue Builder, we believe that qualifying is really taking a snapshot at a moment in time of your client. It's what they look like at that moment in time. So in each subsequent contact, it's very important to requalify. And requalifying essentially is trying to find out what's changed from what we knew previously. We use 2 tools to accomplish this. One is we call a qualification questionnaire, and the other is a qualification scorecard. You might call a qualification scorecard the camera and the qualification questionnaire the film. To look first at the qualification questionnaire, this is a tool that helps us be able to answer yes or no in the quadrant that we're working in. To do that, we recommend developing 5 questions so you can qualify within 5 to 15 minutes of meeting someone what their stage of acceptance is. So under need equals supply, this is an example of an existing company's real live questionnaire that they use every day, and it lists questions that are developed by your staff in their own words that they're comfortable with to be able to have them answer yes or no as to whether need equals supply. The same with the other 3 quadrants. They're questions that are developed. One of the skills that we bring and one of the ways we can help people is to help them elevate the language that they use in their questions, because the better the questions we ask, the better the answers that we get. But for purposes of this discussion, that's what your qualification questionnaire looks like. Qualification scorecard basically looks like this. Down at the bottom, we list the players who are involved in this opportunity. We always look at it as an opportunity because you can have different opportunities with the same client. We then need to answer yes or no in each of the quadrants for each of the players. And once we've answered yes or no, we then assign them a stage of acceptance. This is simply done by looking at our qualification scorecard key. You simply answer the questions that will tell you what stage of acceptance they're at. Let's go over to an example of a qualification questionnaire. In this example, we have a president, a vice president, and a CEO as decision makers. They're all need equals supply is yes. They're all 3 are decision makers. In time frame, the answer is no. The president does not have a time frame. The VP does, and the CEO does. That probably means the CEO has the VP doing some research on a project that they're all going to need to make a decision on, and at this point in time, the president isn't aware of what timelines exist, but the VP, because of his involvement, is. Is budget allocated for the president and the VP? They're unaware that there are funds currently allocated. The CEO is yes. He may have made that decision with the board. So in looking at the qualification scorecard, it has determined that the stage of acceptance of the president is 2, the vice president is stage 3, and the CEO is at stage 4.